Dope Discussions Podcast. Dope Discussions, Gay to Erica, woke discussions. Mob ties, how they rock and think they both was cousins. Gifting you with their words so you might know you something. Just go and look for them live, they do it every Sunday. Every Sunday.
And we gon' bring you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope. It's Gay to beat it, baby. Main state to state, baby, coast to coast. Like the vibe, baby, spark to jokes. And we gon' bring you that dope. Come talk with Erica, man, talk with G. And all you gotta do is talk with me. And we gon' bring you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope. And we gon' bring you that dope.
Hey, oh, hey, oh, hip hop parade.
Another thing, hold on. Let me get where my little bucket at? Well, I used to think I could drum on the bucket. In the video. Shoot.
Yes.
You couldn't tell me nothing. I used to be, yeah.
Oh, you had them skills for the bucket?
No, I didn't say I had them skills, but you couldn't tell me that. You couldn't tell me I didn't.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another Dope Discussion Sunday with your girl, Erica, and your boy.
Gator Beater, baby. What's going on? Welcome, everyone out there in the virtual congregation. And by the way, if any of y'all happen to visit the restroom and find $600,000 in your travels, just make sure you report that directly to the head of the congregation. We appreciate that.
Wait a minute. Say what now?
So you ain't hear to think about Joel Osteen, huh? Where they was at his church and the plumber found $600,000 in the wall in a bathroom.
I saw something like that, but I didn't go into detail. I didn't read it.
Yeah. So yeah.
So did he keep it? He turned it in?
No, apparently they had already filed insurance claims on the money, the missing money or whatever. All I know, because they claim that money missing. Somebody was tucking it in the bathroom somewhere. I suspected it was probably some of the deacons or something that was counting the money, but hey.
Definitely an inside job.
Right, exactly. So to sure, all my ushers and everybody, y'all keep an eye out.
Yes. Yes. Well, I am happy to be back for another Dope Discussion Sunday. We got some good stuff for y'all. We're going to be offering our opinion on some video clips. I titled when I put the flyer out, I titled it, Is Yelling a Part of Normal Arguing or Verbal Abuse? Mm-hmm. So we're going to listen to a brief clip of a conversation between these guys. I think they have their own podcast. And I see a lot of their videos when I'm on TikTok. They have some good discussions, good stuff that they be talking about. And so I wanted to play that clip and then kind of get our own opinions on how we feel about that topic. And then we have 4 more. We're going to go down the line. But today we got some more music trivia.
Oh, snap. We got some music trivia in the building. All right. So we ready for this one. I'm ready. I think I got this one.
Did you see the hint?
No, I didn't even see the hint. I was trying to stay away from the hint because I wanted to make it fair to everybody. Because you know me as a music,
connoisseur.
I wanted to be able, to give everybody a fair chance.
Right. And then Quincy hit me up in the inbox trying to give me his answer. So I hit him back. I said, "This is an automated response system."
Thank you. You can't be jumping in and trying to give the answers out.
Right. Because if I tell him yes or no, then that may help him narrow it down. He got an unfair advantage.
Exactly.
So we ain't going to do it like that.
No.
Where's my ushers? We don't have any of our ushers or nothing, or our deacons.
I know, right?
Nobody in the congregation.
I should have missed that. I shouldn't have mentioned anything about that $600,000.
I think they the one who found it. They the one who found it, and they holding out.
Right? They look either that or they in the restroom right now, checking to see if they can find it.
Yeah, they trying to divvy up the loot.
Right.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna start out with the music trivia audio clip of the day. Gator, get ready. I want to see how good your music skills is.
Oh yeah, listen real carefully.
I'm gonna give you only 5 seconds of the beginning of the song and tell me the name of the song and the artist.
Gotcha.
Here we go. Don't try to act like you don't know it. I know you know it.
Oh no, I'm afraid I don't know this song.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
I know you know it.
But no, I want everybody else to actually come up with the answer for this one. So I know what it is.
Yes. You give somebody else in the comments a chance before you give the answer.
And is YouTube comments working right now? Because it looks like the YouTube comments are kind of like not working.
I know I don't see any. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up on my YouTube, on my mute and see it.
While she's muting and checking on this, I just want to let y'all know that if y'all did find that $600,000 in the bathroom, just holler at me. Just saying. There we go. There go Love. Love, good evening. Good evening. Welcome. Glad
hey,
to
Love.
see you.
How you doing? Happy Sunday.
Merry Sunday.
She missed the audio clip. Maybe I'll play it again.
Oh yeah, play it again for Love. I know Love know this one.
Let me see if Love know this one. She wants 600,000. I know, right? I be going to the wrong church.
Right. I need to go to Lakewood. They say the plumber found it, right?
Wow. So he was doing some work in the bathroom?
Yeah, I guess so. I haven't gotten clarification on that. Either he found it behind the wall or I don't know.
Wow.
All I know is that he was doing the most and he found the most.
Wow. That's crazy. I'm thinking to myself, had that been me, nobody would have ever known.
Nobody would have ever knew.
That's a secret that you take to the grave with you.
For real. I was like, yeah, your bathroom's done. Well, it was rough, but we took care of that problem. Y'all have a nice day.
Right. It's on me. Don't worry about it.
Right.
It was such an easy job. I ain't even gonna charge you for it.
I'm doing the work of the Lord. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I would have look. I've been in the room before they found me.
I'm saying I'm gonna be out the country.
For real.
Exactly, love. Ain't telling nobody.
For real. So did we play that clip for love? Let's play that clip for love so she can.
All right, here we go. 5 seconds. Love, tell me if you can give us the artist and the name of this song. Oh wait, I turned the volume down. Hold on, let me start it over. I done turned the volume all the way down. Hold on. Do this again. Oh, come on. All right. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hold. Give me a minute. I'm in mute.
Let me harmonize it. No, that was pretty good right there. I say so myself. Look, Tashira getting in here like, you know what?
Y'all came in.
$600,000.
Y'all lucky. Y'all lucky we feel like doing this again. We finna play this audio clip again. Y'all ready? I wrote a song about it. Like to hear it? Here it go.
Here it go.
All right, that's it. What is the name of that song and who is the artist that sings it? Let me give y'all a couple of minutes to type it in. Uh-oh, Love got it. What's the artist? What's the name of the artist? Uh-oh, Tashira got the artist and the song. Yeah. Yeah, we got some music
people. For real.
Yes. Holding on. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of it. Get us in the mood.
Right.
Holding my tears, thinking of the fear I've had so long.
That man could sing.
See, that boy can sing.
Listen to the fear that's gone.
Yes, I used to love that song. I used to play it over and over and over.
Yeah. That's what that blue-eyed soul, like they say.
Yeah, that blue-eyed soul. He had that red hair. And when I saw him, I was like, that's not the man that sang that song, is it?
Right. Like wait a minute. Hold on.
Yes.
Like, this ain't right.
Right. This voice and this look don't go together.
This song ain't quite white. I mean, right.
Yes, but I love that song. Simply Red. Yeah. He was on. All
right, people. Look at, okay.
Yeah, Tashira thinks she's slick.
She was trying to get that lag out.
Tashira thinks she's slick. All right, y'all, ready to get into our first topic?
Yeah.
We got what I think we got 4 video clips that we're gonna watch together tonight, and then we're going to give our opinions on the topic of what was said, and see if we agree or disagree, with the content creators of these videos. So our first topic is yelling a part of a normal argument, or would you consider that to be verbal abuse? Some people think nothing of it.
Right.
Oh, I wasn't yelling at you. I was just mad at the situation, and I wasn't mad. I was just raising my voice, because they wasn't hearing me. They wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
A lot of times we can rationalize what we don't want to change.
That's very true. That is very, very true. And especially in a situation like that, because, some things just come naturally, and emotion a lot of times is tied to that. And when you get frustrated and you start elevating your voice, you can not intentionally be doing it either. Before you know it, you yelling and all that kind of stuff, and you've elevated your voice, your heart starts beating, and your frustration starts coming through. So sometimes it's natural, but is it a form of abuse?
we shall talk about it more in depth. So, y'all, let's watch this video clip right quick, and then we're going to talk about it, give our opinions on how we feel about the situation. Here we go.
Yelling, as far as I'm concerned, is violence. It's abuse. I mean,
nigga, really?
Yes.
Bro, okay, so...
Yeah, 100. Let me be very clear, 100%.
Like sometimes you can be a bit overly dramatic because the point that I'm making is if a person reaches that point to where they feel like they need to yell, that does not mean that they are being violent or abusive or toxic.
100%.
Per se, if they reach that point when the other person is not understanding the real human emotions when you're actually in it versus just thinking about it. If I feel like you are not understanding me and like I'm yelling, it's not at you and it's not to a point to demolish and destroy you, but it's not, doesn't mean I'm being abusive or I'm the fucking bad guy and I'm the abusive one. Like well, now you're fucking being abusive. So now you not listening to me and you trying to gaslight me into being abusive? Get the fuck out of here.
So I just want to hear your first thoughts on it. What do you think about their exchange and what they said?
So I understand both points of view in that exchange, right? So I'm the type of person, basically, I don't like to yell. I don't like to raise my voice. If you raise your voice at me, 9 times out of 10, I'd start to mute it out because I don't like the fact that you are coming at me in that particular tone because I'm not going to come at you in that tone. That being said, I don't think that someone yelling at me in most scenarios, if we're having an argument, is necessarily abusive. Sometimes it can literally be them being very passionate about something that they're saying and they're relaying it to you. And that's the emotion that, like I said, that heart rate goes up. They start getting really intense about what they're saying. And all of a sudden they start to elevate their voice a little bit. You know, you can kind of see that happening. Now, there's other forms of yelling, though, that are abusive. When you're, calling people out of their name or you're not making a point, you're literally just yelling at that person and belittling them, those types of things. That's abusive. If I'm sitting here yelling at you about me being passionate about a point that I'm trying to make, that's completely different than me calling you out of your name and all that kind of stuff and trying to put you down, with the voice that I have. And that's a completely different thing. So I can see both points of view. Personally, I'm not a yeller. I prefer to discuss things like adults. Right. And sit down and let cooler heads prevail. Because once you start escalating, once you start raising your voice, the other person, even by, it's almost natural for them to start escalating and start raising their voice. And after a while, you just got two people being loud in the room and ain't nothing getting worked out.
Yeah. And hey, Tony, Triumphant TV. I like what Tony said. Depending on what the context of the yelling is, it can be abusive when there is malice or ill intent. Right. And that's what I was thinking, that depending on what is being said, that determines if it's abusive or not. Because if I'm just yelling, I love you, if I'm yelling that to the top of my lungs, is that abusive?
No.
But if I'm yelling, you an ugly son of a b,
right,
you ain't no good. Now it's the combination of the raised voice and what I'm actually saying is abusive. But just me elevating my voice. But now we also have to take into account the person that we're talking to, because if you've been in a relationship, friendship, if this is your parent or whoever it is for a certain amount of time, you know what their triggers are, you know what shuts them down. And so if you raising your voice is going to shut them down, if that's something that they feel is aggressive and it makes them retreat, then you need to reconsider raising your voice at this person.
Yeah, I agree. And it
Because
really
if
is
you
about,
know that's something that they take offense to and you continue to do it, then that can be considered abuse because you're doing something to them that they've already told you makes them uncomfortable.
right. If you're telling them, I mean, if you've said before, hey, look, you yelling at me, it's not cool. It tunes me out. But then you come back and you start yelling at me again, then it could be a problem. Then
Then
it could be
that's
something that's, we need to
considered
work on.
abusive
We need to
because
work that out.
what you're trying to do is you're using that to shut me down
Right.
because I might be saying something you don't want to hear. I might be saying something that you don't agree with. And you know that when you yell and when you raise your voice, that's just going to make me retreat into myself and be quiet and shut down. So now you feel like you've won the argument.
Right. And
That's
some people,
abusive and that's
yeah, some people do
manipulative.
that. Yeah, some people do that because they know that the other person is going to shut down.
Hmm.
So they raise their voice intentionally to make them shut down. Now listen to me, that kind of thing. Getting you like, oh, and you should never, love with fear, right? You
Exactly.
should never go into a relationship manipulating things out of fear of certain things. So yeah, I mean, that's when it becomes an abusive scenario. And you got to also think about the people who have been in, and this goes for women more than men a lot of times, although we've been through a few too.
Yeah.
Men and women that have gone through abusive relationships that,
Hmm.
just the yelling and everything starts to trigger them. It starts to make them shut down.
Hmm.
Some people are fine with it. Have you ever been around a loud family? Like the mama
Oh,
loud, the daughter loud, the daddy loud, everybody just loud. That's just how they communicate. They just yell
I
and
had a
everything.
roommate like that. Her whole family was loud. They argued with each other. They yelled at each other, and it was a normal thing to them. But
Right,
I would get nervous, and I would get I would be on edge just being around them because at one moment everybody be getting along, and then in the next moment everybody cussing each other out, calling
right,
each other out of their name, and I'm like, I cannot be around y'all because y'all too unpredictable. Y'all make me walk on eggshells. I never know
right.
when one of y'all is gonna go off and set the other one off, and then it becomes a domino effect. I'ma just stay away from y'all.
Exactly. I just don't want to. I just don't need to be around that type of toxicity.
I don't like all that
you
loud
know.
yelling and stuff.
Right, right, right. And some families are just fine with it. Like you go around them, they love each other to death, but they just loud and they always yelling, and it's always. But that doesn't mean it's a
And I'm
comfortable
sitting there looking
situation.
like she's sitting right there. She's sitting right there. Y'all can't hear each other
Right, right,
without that hollering. Like my
right.
grandma, stop all that hooping and hollering.
Exactly. I like what should said. That's how my mother communicates, and I cannot tolerate it. Hey,
Mm-mm.
it's very hard to deal with somebody who uses that form of communication.
Mm-hmm.
Because they may not even be meaning ill intent,
Mm-hmm.
but just the fact that they're doing it shuts you down. It doesn't allow them to communicate what they are trying to say. And
Exactly.
that's when you got to make it known. Hey, look, I just don't appreciate you yelling. Like, why you got to yell? You
And you
know?
know what I noticed too? A lot of people will get so numb to it and get so adjusted to it. They'll be like, "Oh, that's just Miss So and So. That's just how she talks. She talk like that to everybody."
Yeah.
And we excuse the behavior and we normalize it and we say, "Oh, that's just how she talk. She don't mean nothing by it." But
Hmm.
it's a problem.
Yeah. Definitely. It definitely is. And I like what Love said. We must remember that volume control is not understood by everyone. And they think they're talking, but their volume is always elevated. That does happen a lot. And that's what was talking about just a second ago when I said you ever been around a loud family.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people don't really realize that their form of communication may not be effective, for
Mm-hmm.
everybody. They just figure that because I'm all right with it, that everybody's going to be all right with it. And that's not always the case.
Nope.
Sometimes you can make a situation a lot worse by the way that you communicate. You know, when you're dealing with somebody who's having issues, be it, abuse or being anything, a stressful situation in general, the worst thing you can do in a stressful situation is come in yelling, because all that does is make the situation even more stressful.
I'm looking around like, she yelling, where the fire at? What police at? Oh, that's just how she talk. Well, look, she need to calm it down because I done got nervous.
Right. All they doing is escalating. There's such a thing as de-escalation, and then there's such a thing as escalation. And some people escalate the situation without even realizing it.
Yes. All right. So let's go into our next topic. I'm not even going to give y'all the context or the the title. I'm just gonna play the video. Then we're gonna get into it. Here we go.
Questions for the ladies. Shallow edition. Be honest. No political answers. Let's get started. Question number 1. Would you date a guy that is way shorter than you? Question number 2. Would you date a guy that is ugly? I mean, they are so unattractive, but they have an amazing personality. Question number 3. Would you date a guy that is broke? He has no money, but he's really trying in life. Question number 4. Would you date a guy with no car at all? Question number 5. Would you date a guy that still live with his parents? He's trying in life, but he's still living with his parents in their basement. Question number 6. Would you date a single father of 5? He's taking care of them, but would you date him? All right.
Look, I'm saying, like, really? Yeah, okay.
When I was watching that, I was like, because as she was shaking her head, I was shaking my head along with her. And I was like, so is that supposed to be considered shallow? Because you have certain preferences or things that you don't want in a mate in their life situation. There are certain things that you don't think you would be able to compromise on or fit in with. What is that considered shallow?
So I think we live in a society where if you don't agree with a certain person's point of view, then something's wrong with you, right? So with her, those are preferences that she has. I'm pretty sure, like she said, the one about if a guy was ugly, like really ugly, but he had an amazing personality, would you date it? She's like, yeah, that's far from shallow. If she was shallow, it wouldn't that wouldn't have even been a question. The height thing, that could be a preference. I'm vertically challenged slightly, you know what I'm saying? But I've never had anybody complain about me. Oh, I'm just too short. However, if somebody was like, you're too short to date, okay, that's fine. That doesn't make them shallow. I don't know. Like most of the answers she gave, and to be honest, the whole man with 5 kids thing, when she starts shaking her head immediately, there's certain things that you look at and you interpret as red flags. One of the things they ask, if you've met a man who was still living with his parents, he's really trying in life. What does that mean, by the way? He's really trying in life.
Trying to get out the basement and get upstairs.
You want a cookie? You're supposed to be trying in life. Everybody trying. I'm trying to pay my bills. Shit.
Yes.
But here's the thing. The fact that he had to keep throwing that in. He's really trying, but he's still staying with his parents, though. I don't care how hard you're trying, you still staying with your parents.
Exactly.
That means that's a red flag because you're not established right now enough to be able to, like, can I carry on a relationship with this person? I don't know how they function independently. Is this person trying to use me? the whole thing, would you date a person with no car?
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna put it like this, right? Some places in the world, that's not a thing. You go to
Right.
New York, a lot of them folks don't have vehicles, you know,
They-
so that's
right.
not a big deal. But in the South, you want to have some kind of transportation going on. So I mean, but that's a preference. But I think she said on that, I ain't got no car, so yeah, I could, yeah.
Right.
She needs
Right.
somebody
That's
that
why
got a
she
car.
said, I don't have one, so he needs to have one.
Right.
And-
Because Uber can get expensive, trust me.
And those questions, they're going to have different answers for every person, for every
Right.
situation.
Right.
I said no to all 5 of them. Now, a woman maybe in her 20s, early 20s, somebody who's living at their parents' house, that might not be a big deal because she might be dating somebody who's also in their 20s.
Yeah.
And they maybe have just gotten, out of high school and trying to get themselves together. So it depends on where you are in life,
That's true.
your situation in life. 5 kids, H to the E to the L to the L. No,
Right. You make a good
Because-
point too.
My kids are all grown, so I'm not trying to do that again. Now, if it was a man in my age group and he had 5 kids and they were all grown, or teenagers or whatever,
Right.
that would be different. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but it would have to be context in it. But
Right.
I don't think anything that she said would be considered shallow, but it was just interesting that he titled it Shallow Edition.
Right. And I feel like that, and the fact that she in the video, I mean, he kept saying that whole thing. He's trying real hard. That sounds to me like somebody who's trying intentionally to paint someone or paint someone's opinion as making it
Exactly.
shallow.
He was trying to lead her answers to make her feel like he's really trying. It's like, so what? It doesn't matter. And that's we've been trying to tell women about getting in relationships with people where you see their potential, and then when their potential never manifests, you're angry and you feel like you've wasted a lot of time. And we're telling women, meet a man who's where you want him to be right now, so you won't set yourself up for that disappointment. So what's wrong with her saying, no, I wouldn't date a man who's living at his mama's house. Maybe he needs to get himself out of his mama's house, and then I might consider dating him.
Right. That exactly. I like what Tashira said too. It's just like depends on who checking for you. Tony say everyone's tolerance. I think I can't y'all. Everyone's tolerance of ugly isn't the same. That is very true, because I have met some folks. They be like, oh, they're very handsome, and I'd be like, hey man, that makes me feel bad about being handsome. If that's what you consider handsome, then dang, you just tell everybody they look good.
Hey, Ursula, come on in. I mean, even for the one when he said he's ugly, I ain't want no ugly man. I'm sorry.
Now, wait a minute, though. Let's say, for instance, he had, like you said, a great personality.
You ain't got to put no sugar coating on it, no nothing. I don't want no ugly man.
Well, what if he had a beard, but he was ugly and had a great personality?
What that beard gonna cover up?
You know,
I like beards, but golly.
You know, a lot of these fools with beards is really not the most attractive guys under that beard.
Now, that beard do make some men look a whole lot better, so that means he can't shave it off.
Right.
Baby, and I be looking forward to No Shave November every year.
Let's just say you be... Lord, this is the first year in a while that I didn't take part in No Shave November, but you know what? I think next year I'm going to make it a point. I'm going to have to get everybody in the virtual congregation together. We're going to do a No Shave November challenge.
That's good, Ursula. So all the beard ones, send them my way, baby. Send them over her. Let's see what Quincy said. There's nothing wrong with having preferences as long as you don't complain about not being able to get that preferred person. Right. Make sure your preference prefers you too.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yes, love. Beards are good. good. We like them. We like them black. We like them black and white. We like them any way we can get them, long as they nice and neat.
Lord, you know what? I told y'all before, as a part of the Apache tribe,
yeah,
Apache
Ursula,
here, Apache there. I say no. Y'all keep it.
This is we can't say what you like on this show right now.
Oh Lord, here we go with this girl. Look,
that's another conversation.
So y'all the reason that these fools be around here painting beards on their face. Look, I've already told y'all about how I feel about these painted old beards.
What Tashira said, ninjas be balding underneath them beards. They be thick on the front with a hole in the middle. I ain't never seen that.
Look, they be doing it. That's how mine was looking. I tried to grow it out. I have a hole under there. I throw it out up here. Just don't go deep sea diving. It's gonna be right there.
Yes, indeed. All right, so let's go to our next video clip. Let's see what we got next.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
What do y'all think is the appropriate way to approach women? Can't approach you at the gym. If I can't approach you at the club because you're just trying to have a good time with your girls, if I can't approach you on the street, where can I approach you?
You have women who like, well, I'm not going to make the move. He should just be a man and man up. Why can't he just have the courage to approach me when it's like, yo, I don't know what the fuck is going on in these streets like right about now. Like, is it okay for me to approach you? Should women be making the first move now or
possibly? I think
right now the bar is mad low, fellas. If you put yourself in a social situation, women will shoot their shot. You can allow them to go that 10% and you go the 90%. They'll give you clues.
Maybe you just go, look, the safest, best way for us to do it is the way we did in the old days, which is that you didn't meet women off the street. You met them at church. You met them at work. You met them through a social situation where y'all knew the same people, which immediately made you safe.
I would argue that that's the best way for all parties involved.
I think you might be right.
it's a lot easier if it's in like within social circumstances. However,
what do you think?
That's very interesting because your boy makes a point as far as I think we're in a society now where with a lot of the Me Too stuff that happened and a lot of all that. Let's be real. I think some men are a little weary of approaching women. My whole thing is, hey, look, wherever she is, I'm gonna approach. So if I like you and we're in the grocery store, I don't see it as there's a way to do it in every situation that you're in, even at the gas pump or whatever. The creativity matters. If a woman feels like, oh, I don't want you to approach me because I'm in the club with my girls, and like, huh? Which that's a first right there. But okay, I get it. Well, I'm just not the guy for you. Right. I'm going to approach you in that scenario. I'm going to approach you in the Walmart. I'm going to approach you at the gas station. Wherever I see you, if there's an interest there, then I'm going to approach you. Right. So I don't see a problem. But I understand what the guy was saying about how now it's almost a safe space to approach women in, kind of like you used to do back in the day. It was by association. Hey, you got a friend of a friend, or like you said, meet them at church. That's another spot. Although I've heard a lot of women say they don't want men to approach them at church. Which I don't understand that because whatever. But or at work or places like that. I think I understand where they're coming from with it. Me personally, I'm going to approach wherever it is. That's just what it is. But yeah, I get it. I understand where you're coming from with it.
Well, from a woman's perspective, many women out here, they're on defense because there are so many men who do approach. And when you reject their advance, it turns into a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
And so a lot of women are on defense all the time. And it does matter where you are and what situation you're in. When I go to the gas station, and because of past experiences, I'm automatically, I want to get in and I want to get out. That's why when I go to the pump, and if my car don't work in the pump and they tell me to go see the cashier, I'm driving off and I'm going to another gas station. I don't want to go inside. I don't want nobody to talk to me. I've had bad experiences at the gas pump because guys really feel like it's open season, that they can approach you wherever and say whatever to you. And when you don't respond, or when you reject their advances, it turns into a big situation. So I do understand why they're saying that, because some women are on the defense all the time. Right. And so in certain situations, they don't want to be bothered. They just want to get where they're going and go back to their car and go back home. That's why online has become such a big thing, because women feel safer there. They get to control the contact. They get to control, the situation. And so I understand where they're coming from. So I think they just have to be more intuitive and read the woman, read her body language, read her facial expressions. And if she is not, if she doesn't look like she wants to be approached, leave her alone.
Exactly. And that's big. That's big right there. Being able to look at someone and interpret what they're saying. So I say I'm not afraid to approach you anyway. It don't matter, right? But I'm a different type of guy than the guys that approach a lot of women at the gas station,
But Gator, what's going on? She don't know. She doesn't know that about you, so she's still gonna treat you the same way,
right?
Because she doesn't know you,
right? And so that's what I'm saying. I think I can see why women would be like, "Oh, I'm kind of leery of it," because guys look, it's dangerous out here in these streets. So, like you said, I think online dating is that's part of the reason it's popped up so well, is that it gives you more control and kind of a safe space, to gradually meet someone, and to meet someone in an area where you don't have to worry about any weirdness.
Yes. Now y'all ain't gonna be talking about Idris, because he's off limits. He's my guy.
So Triumph TV made a great point just a little while ago. I've said this before. So it really depends on how cute the guy is. It really does.
I don't know, bro.
Because let's say Idris decided he wanted to approach you in Walmart. Now you and no, the gas station. Let's say you're at the gas station. You like, look,
that don't count. He's a well-known celebrity. But
let's say an Idris looking guy walked up to you and was like, "Hello." Look, how is that? Trying to get the British accent. "Hello, look like you're having a little trouble with your gas."
Or you trying to do the English accent?
Because I love an accent. I love the accent. But I mean, would you be more open to somebody that looked like that?
Somebody that looked like that?
Somebody that looked like Lil Boosie.
Ew, you almost made me cuss. You almost. I'm doing good because I didn't cuss, because I almost really cussed.
Because most of the guys that's hollering at the gas station look like Lil Boosie.
Exactly. With their big old gold chains on, and they throwing their money around, and they got their big wheels spinning and all that. If you don't leave me alone.
Just look. Okay.
Idris or an Idris like can pump my gas.
See, she'll take an Idris like.
Idris look-alike.
Idris like.
Q said, dudes slipping in women's DMs is the safest place for women to avoid confrontation, but so many women seem to frown against DMs. What women you talking to, Q?
Here's the problem.
Because they go down in the DM.
See, a lot of women start tripping on the DMs because they get so many of them. There's so many guys that's trying to jump in their DMs and talk to them about all kind of crazy mess, But
that's the easiest thing. If they say something crazy to you or out of way, blizzard.
Right. So sure, you better behave down there.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the comments.
Y'all know those kind of conversations is not for publicity. Them private conversations. Hey,
said, I met my wife via DM.
See what I'm saying? It goes down in the
DM.
DM. Yes. That's good. Yes.
Hey, look, the Bumble Streets was where I got mine at. So hey,
see, online dating does work. It works, guys.
Yeah, online dating's not. It can work. It can work.
All right, where we at? Okay, this is our final video clip. This is my boys. I love them. I follow them from the Strip Down podcast. They be giving out some good tidbits to the women who be asking questions about relationships. So let's get into this one. Hold on, let me remove the banner. Let's get into this one.
At what age do men actually want something serious? Even these men in their late 30s be playing.
Yeah.
That's
so true.
You see how quick you said, yeah.
Bro, I know a 40-year-old still doing
60-year-olds, man. They be in the retirement homes fucking chicanerous as hell.
No,
Wilding out. I told you, these fucking children, they come in all ages.
Yeah.
From fucking 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
These men, they don't get serious until they hit the cemetery.
Yeah.
You're gonna see them at fucking Heaven's Gate. Hey, I'm finally ready to settle down.
Oh my goodness,
I'm ready
bro.
to stop my chicanerous ways. Jesus gonna look at his ass like, motherfucker, I know what you've been up to.
Bro.
This is heaven! Sparta kick right off in the clouds.
Bro, I'm not gonna get into that right now.
I rebuke, he said.
Man.
So, as Fake Shamar Moore said, I tend to agree to a certain extent. Here's the thing. This goes with some women too. It ain't just a men thing. Like, some folks just are not mature and don't mature. They just not going to mature. I mean, I know a lot of guys who are way too old to be pulling the shenanigans or as your boy said, chicanery.
The chicanery.
That they're pulling. But, I also know people who are wise beyond their years, and actually have a grasp at a young age of what real life is about as far as like relationships, finances, all that. I think the biggest problem is trying to weed through the children to get to the grown-ups. One of the things we got to stop doing is stop sitting at the children's table looking for grown-up people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why we looking for grown-ups in the club? You know what I'm saying? Why are we looking for grown-ups, out here at the car shows and, all that kind of stuff?
So I guess maybe that thing is true what they say about the midlife crisis. When men hit a certain age, they feel like they're trying to get their youth back, or it's something in their younger years that they didn't get to do. And they don't have as many responsibilities now, so they revert back to trying to be young again. But it's not a good look. It's so unattractive when I see men in their 50s wearing their pants sagging, trying to dress like a rapper and throwing up hand signals and
that's the saddest thing ever.
Sir, would you please sit your AARP ASS down?
That AARP ASS. There's a lot of people who and Love was like, come on, Gator, it's more men than I won't even say that, because one of the things I learned in these dating streets in Atlanta is that there's a lot of women out here who are not very mature about the way they do things. But that's why I said it with a broad brush, and I just said men and women. I do feel like a lot of people don't want to allow themselves to mature. You have to stay on top of the fads. You still have to be relevant, to people that really don't care who you is. That makes no sense to me. Why would I be 50 years old with some, with gold chains everywhere and my pants sagging and all that, trying to holler at one of these youngsters. You don't want to give it up. You don't want to mature. You don't want to sit at the grown folk table. You want to continue to sit at the kiddie table because it makes you feel young. You don't want to admit to yourself that you're getting older, and you need to start thinking about some of these things that older people need to think about. Don't be 55 years old just not thinking about your 401k.
Exactly.
But they got a lot of folks who do it.
And a lot of these dudes out here, they think they pimp daddy, but they really sugar daddy. And these young women, they want the sugar, but they want you to be their sugar daddy, but they don't want to give you no sugar, sir. They don't want you like that. They just want your whatever you offering, your money, your financial whatever you call it. That's what they want, but they don't really want you like that.
Right, man. Look, there's so many women out there now who know that game, and they know that they got these old fools in the club. You know, man, I'm gonna throw. I got that money, girl. I got you. I'm spending money. Who you think the city girls be talking about?
Talking about you.
They be talking about you. Shoot. The old decrepit Flavor Flav looking dudes up in the club talking about, yeah, girl, I got you. And guess what? You sure do, because she gonna sit there and continue to go ahead and keep on spending.
I agree with that. Q said most guys wouldn't even want multiple women if their friends didn't know it. A dude would turn down 10 women if he had to keep it a secret. It's a flex. And that's the mentality that really is a turnoff to women in our age group who are looking for somebody mature, emotionally mature. And you run into these group of men who are still doing things to impress other men.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, okay, you ain't outgrown that yet.
Right. You shouldn't be sitting out here at, in your late 40s, early 50s, trying to impress other guys.
Exactly.
I don't even know. I've never been the type to try to impress another man in the first place, but why would you try to? That makes no sense.
You have
most of your friends.
Because God forbid that somebody called him a simp. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Call me a simp. My life is over.
Exactly, man. Your life almost over already. you get most of your friends gonna be gone in 15 years, so you ain't got that long to worry about dealing with the pain. It's all right.
You have men in their 50s with kids under 4. I have met so many. Yeah. And they baby mamas are in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot recently.
Tony, because today ain't about cougars. Today is about mints.
I will say, Tony, the cougars out there, though.
The cougars out there, but that ain't who we talking about today, because we talking about these mints today. Cougars will have another day.
Ursula said the youngest know Mr. Charles has pills now. He not just trying to talk all night.
Exactly. They're going to have to give up something for that money they're getting from Mr. Charles. Because
you taking all his Social Security check over there.
He ain't want to just look no more. He want to touch.
And can't do it.
It's to merge.
Yeah, see, I can't. There's no set age for maturity, right? But at the same time, if you are in your 40s, you're on the down slope of your life as opposed to the incline. So you need to be prepared to slow down. Like when you're coming down the hill, gravity gonna be pulling you faster than anything. So you need to be trying to find ways to slow down, slow your life down, get your stuff together. That you shouldn't be still sitting up there in the club, wilding out, drinking, the way you drink and all that kind of stuff. You shouldn't be doing that.
If we live in a society, I mean, everything is individual. You can live your life however you want to. But when you live in a society that measures everything by age,
at
a certain age, people around you in society expect you to be at a certain level mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and so even financially. And so when you aren't at the level of maturity that society deems to be normal, then you are going to get people who are going to look at you and be like,
right,
you still doing that at your age? You need to leave that to them 20-year-olds. That's for them. Let them have that. Let them live that. It's their time to do that now. Why are you still out there? Like, I wouldn't want to be in the same club that my kids hang out at, partying with my children.
For real.
So it's their time for that. It's my time for that is over with. I'm gonna go over here to the lounge and kick back and listen and relax and listen to some some jazz, something like that. But I'm not gonna be on the dance floor jigging.
Right.
At 45 years old, and my son right next to me jigging. We jigging together.
Right, that don't make no sense. I was sitting here, I'm gonna jig right along with you. Man, come on.
No. So there's maturity is measured in society by your peers, and we can try to create in our mind that we don't have to live by societal standards, but how can you avoid it?
Right.
How can you avoid it?
You can't. Unfortunately, you can't.
You cannot. Love Tucker said, "Ooh, I was at a secret event listening to some live jazz. That's what I'm talking about, Love. That's my kind of place. Like laid back, little smooth jazz, lights down low, conversation. You don't have a bunch of loud music where you can't even hear each other talking.
Right. Exactly.
You in the club with a loud music. What's your name, girl? Come over here. Come give me your number."
Again, what I said about sitting at the kiddies table, at the children's table.
Yes.
That's the children's table. The jazz club, that's more of the adult table. You know, you at the grown folks area. You in the club, you in Vibes and Visions, you at the cheering table.
What's Vibes and Visions? That's club.
Look, that's one of them old hood clubs from back in the day.
So it's not what's that other club they be talking about?
Bella Noche.
Bella Noche. It ain't Bella Noche.
Look, y'all gonna leave Bella Noche alone. That's all I'm saying.
That's the hood spot.
Dude. You can't go to Bella Noche, then where can you go?
Where can you go? Yes, to sure. That's that music that be making them aggressive and want to fight and all that stuff and get bucked and then bumping into each other. We too old for that.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, so this has been another Dope Discussion Sunday. Thank y'all, everybody in the comments, for joining in the conversation. We appreciate y'all so much. All of our community, Tashura, Ursula from Black Girls Getting Her Shift Together, Triumphant TV, Tony Watts, Love Tucker in the house, Q from the Talk to Q radio show. Q, you missed the music clip again.
Yeah.
Because you think you so good at guessing these songs, and you really terrible at it. You really terrible. He tried to hit me in the inbox. Terrible. This is what he told me the answer was. He hit me in the inbox and he said Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Wait, what?
Because of the tip, I gave a music hint, and the music hint was that the song was originally released in the UK, and then it was nominated for a Grammy in 1987. So what I do when I make these music trivia tips and hints, I try to make sure it's nothing that you can go Google. So once I made the trivia hint, I went to try to see if I can Google the answer to see if it would come up. And so when it didn't come up on Google, I was like, we should be good because nobody won't try to cheat.
Well, you know what? I want to see next week. Next week, I might have to come up with one.
Yes, you need to come up with one
next week. Yeah, I got one for already thinking about one. Yeah.
Yes, next week, y'all come back and join us. We are going to have a special guest, Miss Dion Wiggins. She is the CEO and founder of Stopping the Silence LLC. She's from the DMV, and she has a YouTube talk show called The Courtship Tea Talk, where they have conversations about dating and relationships, dating with intention. And so she's going to be our guest next week. And then the next 2 Sundays after that, me and Gator will be off for the holidays.
Yeah. We're going to be taking a little time off at the end of the year.
Yes.
Get recharged up and everything. Get ready to go. So, yeah.
Be ready for 2022.
I'm going to miss y'all on Sundays, though, man.
I know what we going to do on Sundays when we ain't on here. What we going to do with ourselves?
For real.
We'll find
here with the camera by myself.
Now, I mean, if you wanna do an impromptu show, or we just get on here and just talk about whatever, we can do it.
Look, it just kind of depends because we might be, it's holidays. It's gonna be a celebration.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yes. So thank y'all again for tuning in. And we will see y'all back here next Sunday, same time, same place.
Peace out.